Ernest Hemingway once said, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do it." Standing here today, I'm surrounded by a room full of people who looked inside themselves, then set out to achieve their dreams to, as Papa put it, come alive. Congratulations, fellow Night Owls. We did it. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Julius Giron, and I'm a graduate of WGU's Washington School of Business. Although we haven't met, I know a little bit about you. I know that as a group, your average age is 39 years old. You hail from every corner of the state, and most of you had to balance your studies with careers and other real-life responsibilities. You are mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, sons, daughters who all had to say no to a barbecue, a party, miss a practice, skip out on a date, or not go out on a sunny day because you had to get that work done and turned into task stream. Am I right? Much like you, some time back I set a mission for myself. That mission was to continue my education and reach my dream of a degree. Much like you, I realized that in this economy, college was not a luxury but a necessity. Much like you, I felt I had to choose between work, family, and going to school. And just like you, all that changed when I discovered WGU Washington. In WGU Washington, I found a school that was suited for people just like you and me. We wanted to get a degree that was relevant to our careers from a university with a flexible model and affordable tuition. Graduating wasn't easy, but we got the support and direction needed to be here where we are today. Now, I'd like to share a little bit about myself. My parents immigrated from El Salvador over 40 years ago with the dream of a better life. My father started college here, but after starting a family, he was forced to quit school and join the workforce. Growing up, both my parents demonstrated an incredible work ethic, but without college educations, they were forced to work all kinds of menial jobs just to try to make ends meet. The idea of higher education wasn't something that was promoted much in my family, so after graduating from high school, college wasn't part of my plan. Instead, I wanted to be a writer. I traveled to Europe to follow in the footsteps of Ernest Hemingway. I was just a young man when I touched down in Sweden. I bought a Volvo, and with miles of highway ahead of me, I dreamt of Spain, of San Sebastian, and the Bay of Biscay. Well, I made it as far as Switzerland. Like Hemingway, I was a hopeless romantic, and it was romance that kept me high in those Alps. I formed wonderful relationships with people who encouraged me to learn and grow. I befriended a university professor and soon discovered the value of higher education. And while I was in Switzerland, I took the time to look inside myself and ask what would make me come alive. Oh, and after a year, I ran out of money. So I left Europe, and like Hemingway, I returned to the States. It was at that time I enrolled in community college and earned an associate's degree. At that point, I left the country again. I moved to Central America to care for my sick grandmother. I began working for a US company. I found I had a natural ability to motivate and manage people. I rose quickly in the company. However, I soon hit a ceiling. I wasn't able to advance to that job I really wanted because I didn't have a bachelor's degree. After my grandmother passed away, I once again decided to move back to the US. It was the best thing I've ever done. I met my wife shortly after I returned. My wife is a talented woman. She just received her master's while also balancing a full-time job and a home. Her example was a source of inspiration for me to remove my self-doubt, return to school, and get that bachelor's. So today, I stand before you like 42% of WGU graduates, a first-generation college graduate who can proudly add to his resume, Bachelor of Science Business Management. I will also soon be a first-time father. I now have the credibility to instill in my daughter the importance of a good education. And now, just like you, I have the ability to provide a better life for my family. For this, I thank you, WGU, and I thank Virginia Wallace, my mentor, for her support and her encouragement in this journey. I'm still a romantic, but no longer hopeless. I'm proof that you ought to dream and ask what makes you come alive and go do it. Because what this world needs is more people that have come alive. Thank you, John.